Today I am going to explain the steering axis inclination. So what is the steering axis inclination? So before that I have to explain the steering axis. The first two words. It is the axis about which the front wheel of a vehicle get rotate whenever the vehicle take a turns. Here in this figure it is shown this is a steering axis, and most of the times this steering axis passing through the center point of a upper and a lower ball joint, but here in this figure it is shown that it is passing through the center point of a lower ball joint and the center point of a MacPherson strut where it is attached to the vehicle body. So next thing is the steering axis inclination. The steering axis inclination is the angle formed by the steering axis with the vertical line passing through the center point of a wheel. So this is and it measures in a degree. And why we keep this steering axis inclination tilted inward? So the basic the reasons are listed here. It helps the steering stability by returning the wheel to a straight ahead position. It reduces the steering stability, especially if the vehicle is not moving. It reduces the tire wear. Now to explain the first reason, I have to explain the next slide here. Now consider the axis of rotation this is the axis of rotation. This vertical line is the axis of rotation, and the particle is rotate about this axis of rotation is tracing this path. Now whenever you tilt the axis of rotation like this, the particle is going to rotate about this axis like this. This is the path how the particle is rotate. Now in a first case, the height of particle at each and every position of a rotation is the same, but in the next case the height of a particle at each and every position of a rotation is not same. It is having a highest height at a particular point of a rotation. It is here, it is shown here. So like that it happens. So the same case happens in the steering axis inclination. If you keep the steering axis inclination inclined one, and because of that the end point of a knuckle is having the highest position at a particular point. That point is whenever your tire is straight ahead position, and whenever you take the turn, left turn or right turn, it lowered one, the position of a knuckle get lowered one, and as a result of which whenever you take the turn, the knuckle tries to lower down the wheel, but the tire is in a contact with the road surface, and because of that wheel cannot move downward, and instead of that the wheel transfer this force to the vehicle body upward side, and because of that the suspension springs and the vehicle body get rises and the suspension spring get compressed. So and it store the energy, and and whenever the turn is completed and the driver is going to leave the steering wheel, this restoring energy is going to help the wheel to come to a straight ahead position. So this is why we keep the steering axis inclination straight ahead position. Thank you. We stop here.